Ladies and gentlemen of the XRP community, this is Leo, your trusted guide through the volatile yet exhilarating world of cryptocurrency. As a seasoned expert with over a decade in blockchain analysis, institutional trading, and digital asset strategy, I've witnessed cycles of innovation and disruption that have reshaped global finance. Today, I'm thrilled to dive deep into a topic that's igniting conversations across the crypto sphere: why XRP could hit $100. Yes, you heard that right. $100. Not in some distant pie-in-the-sky future, but as a realistic trajectory fueled by fundamentals, momentum, and the unstoppable force of institutional adoption. If you're holding XRP, strap in. This could be the video that solidifies your conviction. And if you're on the sidelines, consider this your wake-up call to join the revolution before it's too late. Let's start with the undeniable reality staring us in the face right now. As of September 7th, 2025, XRP is trading at approximately $2.84, marking a modest but telling 1.12% daily gain amid a market capitalization that has surged to $169 billion. Trading volume? Over $2 billion in the last 24 hours alone, with futures open interest hitting a record $1 billion. This isn't random noise, it's the prelude to a symphony. Just today, the XRP community is buzzing with electric energy. Ripple's CTO, David Schwartz, better known as Joel Katz, changed his profile picture to feature a $PHNIXNFT from the XRPL ecosystem, sending shockwaves through the army. Tweets are flooding in. What can I say? $PHNIX to billions, from at Mr. Allen_X, capturing the unbridled optimism. And at XRP_Shane reminds us that while moonshots like $1,000 might be unlikely due to tokenomics, the path to explosive growth is paved with utility, not hype. This community pulse isn't just feel-good chatter, it's a barometer of real momentum building on the XRP ledger. But why $100? To understand this, we must dissect the pillars supporting XRP's ascent. First and foremost, regulatory clarity, the golden key that's unlocked XRP from years of uncertainty. The SEC versus Ripple saga, which dragged on like a shadow over the entire crypto market, has finally dissipated. With the lawsuit resolved in Ripple's favor, XRP is no longer the regulatory pariah it once was. This isn't speculation, it's fact. Institutions that shied away due to compliance fears are now piling in. Just look at today's headlines. BlackRock, the behemoth managing trillions, is officially joining Ripple's Swell 2025 conference in New York. Analysts are already forecasting a surge to $127 if historical patterns repeat, citing this as a catalyst for institutional FOMO. Imagine that. BlackRock's involvement isn't just a pat on the back. It's a vote of confidence in XRP's role as a bridge asset for cross-border payments. In a world where central banks are racing to digitize reserves, XRP's speed, settling transactions in 3 to 5 seconds at fractions of a penny, positions it as the indispensable infrastructure. Regulatory green lights mean ETFs are next, and whispers of a Ripple. ETF are growing louder by the day. An approved XRP ETF that could propel prices above $5 in the short term, but we're talking exponential scaling here. With clarity comes capital, and capital flows to utility. Speaking of utility, let's talk adoption. The second pillar that's transforming XRP from a speculative token into a global powerhouse. Ripple's on-demand liquidity, ODL service, is already processing billions in remittances annually, outpacing legacy systems like SWIFT in efficiency and cost. Today alone, we saw $6 billion in XRP transfers, a 44% spike in daily volume that underscores real-world demand. Partnerships are exploding, from MoneyGram's continued integration to fresh collaborations with central banks in Asia and Europe for CBDC pilots. And don't overlook the XRPL's evolution. The Automated Market Maker, AMM, launch, the EVM sidechain, and now RLUSD stablecoin. These aren't buzzwords. They're battle-tested innovations driving liquidity and DeFi on the ledger. Tweets from the community today reflect this. David St. 439044123 boldly states, as a XRP holder, we could possibly see $8 to $10 by the end of this year, urging holders not to sell prematurely because $100 is just the beginning. Even skeptics like at Frigid I Am the Don acknowledge the tech's strength, noting that while $100 this cycle might be ambitious, the fundamentals scream long-term dominance. Picture this. As tokenization of real-world assets, RWAs, becomes the next trillion-dollar trend, think real estate, art, even carbon credits on blockchain. XRP's ledger, with its proven scalability and low fees, will be the rails. Ripple isn't building a coin, they're architecting the Internet of Value. Adoption isn't coming, it's here, and it's accelerating. Now, the third pillar, institutional and ETF hype, which is injecting rocket fuel into XRP's trajectory. We've seen Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs transform those markets overnight, drawing in billions from pensions, sovereign funds, and retail alike. XRP is next in line, and the hype is palpable. ChatGPT's latest prediction? XRP climbing to $7 by year's end, but that's conservative when you factor in ETF inflows. Analysts at Trading News are eyeing a $3 breakout imminently, driven by ETF speculation and RLUSD's launch. BlackRock's swell participation isn't coincidental, it's a signal. As the world's largest asset manager dips its toe into Ripple's ecosystem, expect a cascade. Fidelity, Vanguard, and others following suit. Today's surge? It's the key reason XRP is suddenly pushing toward $3, with bulls poised to reclaim higher ground. And let's not forget the sentiment analysis. Short-term bearish pressures from broader market jitters are clashing with long-term institutional confidence, but the latter is winning. XRP won't crash 90% again. Structural changes have fortified it against volatility. With ETF approval on the horizon, we're looking at a supply squeeze in a market primed for $5 by 2026. And that's the floor for optimists. But $100? Absolutely feasible when you model the math. At current velocity, with 10% of global remittances tokenized on XRPL, market cap projections hit quadrillions in throughput, translating to $100 plus per token. Finally, the technicals seal the deal, the fourth pillar of this bullish thesis. XRP's chart is a masterpiece in the making. We've broken key resistance at $2.50, with RSI showing bullish divergence and MACD crossing positively. Historical patterns? If we mirror the 2017 to 2018 run, but with institutional backing, $127 isn't hyperbole, it's conservative. Community voices like at Implalavlad01 echo this. Experts predict a potential $127 surge for XRP if history repeats itself. Even the wildcards, like at Murabrando's Fanboy Maxi call for $100,000 in a decade, highlight the asymmetric upside. Volume spikes today confirm accumulation. Whales are loading up, and retail is following. In a bull market where Bitcoin eyes $100,000, XRP's correlation with beta amplification means 50 times from here isn't a dream, it's data-driven destiny. XRP Army, we've journeyed through the storms, but the horizon is crystal clear. Regulatory wins, explosive adoption, ETF euphoria, and technical firepower all converge to propel XRP to $100 and beyond. This isn't just a token, it's the future of finance in your hands. If you're holding, congratulations, you're positioned for generational wealth. If not, what are you waiting for? Dive in, secure your bag, and let's ride this wave together. The XRP revolution isn't coming, it's unfolding right now. Stay vigilant, stay invested, and remember, in crypto, fortune favors the bold. This is Leo, signing off. Until next time.